What's up, everybody? I'm back in action. We are here live in the studio. Today's live. We're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about kings and ambition. It's primarily going to be on ambition and what ambition is, and that ambition has nothing to do with kings. But if you're a woman, this applies to you too. But ambition is something that we're going to talk about today. But I'm streaming to all my platforms. Okay, all my platforms. We got TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Instagram's kind of acting a little weird right now. But I just want to let everybody know that I love you. Okay, love is the only way. And the fact that you're here says a lot to me. And I know this might be my last live stream on TikTok, actually. It just might. TikTok, I think we have like 2 days, 1 day until it goes dark forever for the second time. I think it's funny. I think it's funny. But, and this is a good learning lesson for everybody who has business, okay? If you're using social media to, to grow yourself, you need to have, you need to have your emails, like collect emails and collect more emails. Because if anything happens, you still are able to make offers. Okay, and that's what provision is really about. It's about making offers. And quite often you'll see so many people complaining about how TikTok is the only way that, or like it got them out of a rut. And that's great that it may have done that, but don't let it be your only source of income, right? The Bible says the greatest among you will be a servant. And that's not poetry. That is principle. Okay. You are supposed to be serving multiple people. You're supposed to be serving multiple people, okay? And the truth about that is most people think, okay, most people think because they are working a 9-to-5 job that they are, for some reason serving like many people, and you're not. You're only serving one person, and that's your boss. Okay, so if you do like the content here on TikTok, okay, consider going over to YouTube and subscribing there, and you'll see me in full effect over there, just like you have here on TikTok. So I hope to see you over there. But so from everybody around the world, okay, people who are in New Zealand, people who are in South Africa, people who are in Jamaica, people who are in Great Britain, people who are in, Zimbabwe. I get people from all over the world, and right here on TikTok and right here on YouTube. I think most of my following on Instagram is in the U.S. right now, and Facebook is all U.S. The people who you don't really want to talk to, kind of linger on Facebook, like old high school friends and stuff. But nonetheless, okay, we're here in full effect. All right, so now let's get down to it. Okay, we're going to talk about ambition. Today's message is how ambition pretty much is ruining your life. When you think that ambition is something to strive for. Now, I'm going to tell you the spiritual process behind ambition, how it impacts your life, and what to do about it in real life. Okay? But how do you know the word if you don't know the word? Okay? How do you know the word if you don't know the word? Now, besides Ashley, you are banned from answering questions. Besides Ashley, what does the word ambition mean? What does the word ambition mean? Does anybody know? Anybody want to take a guess what ambition means? I have to look at all the chats. I feel like I'm in a space wars, all these screens here. Okay, so there's no guess. So ambition, it means eager desire for honor or preferment. Okay, it's eager desire for honor or preferment. Okay. Oh, now people are guessing. Okay, coming in a little laggy. Okay, maybe I'm lagging. Okay, ambition means eager desire for honor or preferment. So let me break this down even more. Ambition means you want people to like you very much and you'll do anything to get it. Okay? Ambitious people are always desperate. This is a deep down secret. Ambitious people are always desperate. Desperate? You mean you don't have hope? I mean, you can only be ambitious if you are not in favor with God's provisions. Like if you don't think God's going to provide for you, you take the reins. That's exactly what happens. Now, I'm sorry, my doggy Pepper is she's in heat right now, so she's not feeling too well, and she's staring at me. I think I'm gonna let her lay right there. But so when you are ambitious, you always don't have goals. That's just the truth. Okay. So there's other processes that kind of branch off of ambition. So do not curse yourself with ambition. Okay. Don't say I'm super ambitious. You're removing your purpose in life. That's the truth. People who are ambitious don't have purpose. People who are ambitious do not have purpose. If you are in your 9-to-5 job making $1 million a year, you are making somebody else rich. That's not your purpose. Your purpose is your business. It's your business. It's the business that you are in. The purpose and all of your purpose derives from the God that you serve. All of your purpose derives from the God that you serve. And this can kind of get kind of deep and entangled. But this is only like a single live stream. But I'll do my very best to break it down the best way that I possibly can. Now, when you are ambitious, eagerly seeking honor or desire, especially if you are a leader, oftentimes you will be bought out by the highest bidder. You could be flipping hamburgers or offered to be flip hamburgers at McDonald's for $500 an hour. right? $500 an hour. Who wants that job, right? To work at McDonald's for $500 an hour. Okay? Hands up in the comment section if you would jump at that job right now. Okay, $500 per hour working at McDonald's as a cashier and flipping hamburgers and washing dishes and stuff. Okay, so this means that you are ambitious. Okay, there could be another job or offer that comes to you with more money and more money and more money, but it's not your purpose. It's not the purpose that God has given you. And what you will experience is a thing called misery. If you are not in your purpose, you will experience misery. Okay? And this is a good indication that, that you are serving a God that's not the God that you think you're serving. Because God is a God of diligence, purpose, order. So when you are making somebody else rich, it almost never feels good. So many people want to get into their jobs or their career with expectations of pleasant feelings. Like they want to feel good. You want to feel good. And oftentimes you chase emotions. You chase the feeling instead of the purpose. Okay? It's not about feeling good, it's about fulfillment. You need to be fulfilled. And I have learned that there are three ways that you can feel fulfilled. Only 3 ways. And you actually need all 3. And I got this from Mr. Myron Golden. He's going to be my mentor one day. He just doesn't know it yet. But 3 ways you need to be, you need to create something, right? Since we are made in His image, okay? And number 2, we need to connect. We need to have an actual connection with somebody. So this is one reason why if you're making $500 an hour at McDonald's, it's going to be miserable because you're not connecting with the customers. Humans need other humans. That's just a fact. Okay? And the next one is, what was it? Creativity, connection. Oh, darn. I should have written it down. But there are 3 things, and I agree with what he said. So please forgive me. My memory is slipped my mind. But back to ambition, okay? People oftentimes promote ambition in strange ways because I guess it's media. It's a very, very broad marketing campaign that, if you get a good job, you go to school, or you go to school, you get good grades, you go to college, you graduate, you do all this great stuff, and then you can get a good job and work for somebody. In my opinion, spending that much money, you should be self-sufficient at that point. Okay? You should be self-sufficient at that point. You should not be dependent on resources coming from another human being, one other human being. You're relying on one other human being to take care of your family, to make sure that your kids have food on the table. You think it's you, but no, it's your boss. your manager. Okay. So we need to really pay attention to what we dive into. This schools or modern day education, number one, it's failing us significantly. It's not preparing quality adults. It's not supplying people, communities with adults that can, of course, on cue. The dogs start barking as soon as I go live. They were knocked out. So, I get distracted easy. I'm sorry. This is why I had to do the look at my other dog, Sadie. I had to do my daddy look at Sadie. Okay, sorry. So what ends up happening is you have. Okay, let me just restart. Let me just restart or take it back just a little bit, okay? Ambition, when you are ambitious, quite often you are busy. You are not productive, you are busy. Busy, and being busy and being productive are not the same thing, okay? Just because you have motion does not mean that you are moving. Some people are running in place. Okay? Just because you have motion does not mean that you are moving. Some people are running in place. Step off of that rat race. Step out of off of the treadmill, and you've got to start running on the road. And of course, this is just an example to what I actually mean. Okay? Making other people rich sucks. Making other people rich sucks. Getting the paycheck and not getting value with it sucks. Okay? If you have your own business, if you are selling ebooks, if you are a coach, if you are changing the community and getting paid for it, there's something magical about that. You won't mind waking up at 4:30 in the morning and going to bed at 11 midnight. You simply don't care. Yeah, your body's tired, but you don't feel like you're in agony, like you're miserable. Okay? But busy, the word busy, it just means constantly energized or something like that. Let me check right now in real time, because I don't want to make me out to be a liar. Busy, it means continually in constant or in energetic action, in constant action. That's what busyness means. Okay, so when you are making somebody else rich at McDonald's for $500 an hour, you're just moving. Yeah, you're making money, but you're moving. You're not in motion. You're just in motion. It's like a toy horse. Like on the carousels that go around and around and around, and the horses kind of jump up and down, and move in a circle. I think that's called a carousel. But anyway, that right there is an indication that you're moving in place. You're on the rat, like you're in the rat race. And ambition is not what kings do. It's not what queens do. Okay? Ambition stops progress, quite literally. Your ambition stops the progress, your progress in life, real progress, like measurable progress. If you're getting paid $500 to work at McDonald's, you are not looking up marketing strategies. You're not looking up how to scale your business. You're not setting time to the side in order to write your book. You're not setting time aside to contact leads. You're just not doing it. And that's when all progress stops. You find yourself still depending on people 40 years down the line, 20 years down the line, I don't know, whenever retirement is in your country, to depend on a very insignificant check for the rest of your life. Now your life is ruined because you didn't start anything. You're supposed to pass things down to your kids. You know, at least here in the United States, excuse me, I can probably say with great certainty that the retirement fund, you know, the 401ks and the Social Security is going to be gone soon. I do not think that is a sustainable way of moving forward. And quite often in most households, this is what we are relying on. We are relying on the Social Security, the retirement fund to thrive. After we're done working, we served our time in the community. Okay? It's sad, you know, I see so many people who are on Social Security in the pet store. I know they don't have pets. So why are they getting big things of dog food? You know what I'm saying? It gets serious like that. It gets real serious like that. I've seen it over and over and over and over. And every time, you know, if I have a little change in my pocket, I'll just give them some cash, you know, because I know they just made poor choices in life. They trusted the government to, like, help their family. The government is not out for your family. No government is out for your family. No government is out for your family. I promise you. If there's politicians running it, they are only concerned with themselves. So when you are productive, you're organized. When you're busy, someone else is organizing you. If you look at my calendar, you see that there's so much things that I have on it. Like right now, today, I'm launching a mini course on procrastination so that you guys can win against the demons that rule procrastination. Today, I'm launching that. I had to have that on my calendar. My assistant put it on my calendar. You need that. Like, you need to be organized, okay? And I understand this is not, like, my lives aren't flashy. I don't argue with people. I don't even have people up in the box. Today, I might later, after I'm done with the main thing, because this might be my last time on TikTok. I mean, tomorrow, Saturday, is the day that it might go dark. It's kind of funny. kind of funny. Oh, did they say 75 more days? Is that what they said? If they said 75 more days of TikTok, there shall be no one up. Oh, they just gave us a 75-day extension. Nobody's coming up now. Good. Okay. That's so funny. Anyway, so if you are a leader and you think that you need to be ambitious to grow, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're ruining your family legacy, and you're leading the people in your family incorrectly. You don't need ambition. Ambition is a curse that stops progress. That's the truth. That's the honest to God truth. That's the spiritual process of ambition. It stops your progress. And to be quite honest, ambition leads right into pride. And I'm starting to think that ambition is a tool that the demon called Leviathan uses in order to stop your progress. I'm fairly certain, because pride, the word pride, it means love of display. The love of display. You know, and if you have pride, then guess what? You're proud of yourself. It's true. If you are proud, literally the word proud, it means guilty of committing the sin of pride. That's why it's called proud. Oh, young lady, or young man, I'm so proud of you. Or I'm proud of my accomplishments. You know, I'm so proud of me for what I did. Well, guess what? You're just admitting guilt. But ambition leads right into pride. You're diving into Leviathan's trap. You're just diving right in, like, oh yay, here I am. And what ends up happening is now Leviathan can spread in you. Okay? Leviathan then will spread his tentacles out and make sure that you are comparing your life with other people's lives. This is envy. And Leviathan is also the ruler of envy. So Leviathan, the demon, he rules over pride and envy. So not just pride, but ambition leads right into pride. Okay? So remember what the word ambition means. Okay? Ambition means eager desire for honor. Eager desire for honor. You want people to like you in many different ways. So any way possible, you really want people to like you. You really, really, really want people to like you. Okay? It's strange because people will be ambitious but pity themselves. Okay? Self-pity, you may not have known this, but self-pity is envy. Okay? Self-pity also is ruled by Leviathan. Remember, Leviathan rules pride. So this is why I'm really starting to think ambition is a tool that Leviathan uses in order to snare you. Is this making sense in the chat? Let me know if this is making sense in the chat. Please. Okay, very good. So if you are in this trap of ambition, number one, you definitely do not appreciate when people verify you, like your life. You can't stand when people ask you questions. Be nosy. Stop doing this. So, number two, if you are ambitious, your purpose in life is at question. Number 3, if you are ambitious, I question which God you are serving. And the God that you are serving, there's a word for that. Did you know? Did you know that there's a word for the God that you are serving? It's called desire. Okay, the God that you are serving, it's called desire. The God is not called desire. The process of observing which God you are serving, it's called desire. Now, the word desire, it means from the gods, or not from the gods, from the Father. Okay, so which Father are you serving? Which God are you serving? Which Father are you serving? It's a spiritual snapshot of provisions and prayer. Okay, desire is a spiritual snapshot of prayer and intuition. Okay, the ebb and the flow, the give and the take, the this and the that. Okay, because prayer goes to God and intuition is when God's talking to us. So God does not pray to you. He does not pray to me. He doesn't pray to a rock or a tree or the universe or anything. He created it. Why does God have to beg to us? That's what the word pray means. The word pray, it means to beg or to ask earnestly. So when you are praying to God, do you think God returns and then begs you? He can't. That's irrational. Like, why would you beg your children? Why? That will make you a bad parent. Bad parent. So the reality is, okay, the strong reality is that if you are ambitious, I question desire, your desire. I question which God you're serving. Because if you're not serving God, the Almighty, you must be serving something else. Because there's always, like you are all. That's the truth. You are always in service. I'm gonna say, on TikTok, I be looking smooth in this thing, man. I think it has a filter on it. I don't know. But on my YouTube, you get the real deal. The rough Kyle. I'm just playing. So ambition is a tool that Leviathan uses in order to make you procrastinate, okay, to stop your progress, okay? It's a tool in spiritual warfare. You don't need ambition. You need diligence. You need a plan, okay? And so stop cursing yourself. Whenever you start talking to anyone else, online or in person, and you start talking about how ambitious you are or how you like an ambitious man, you're putting curses out, okay? You're cursing people or you're cursing yourself. If you think that your words don't have power, you're sorely mistaken, okay? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I've been trying to figure out where that came from, but that is the biggest lie I have ever heard of. Now, words cannot hurt your physical body, no. But they break up families. They start fights. They, end up having people get shot. They put cancer in your body. They encourage you to, listen to music that that you shouldn't be listening to. Okay, they get people to do drugs and crazy stuff like that. This is something you should know. Words are extremely powerful. So this is how powerful words are. Okay, when I say a sentence, like the tree has apples on it, that's a sentence. And I want you to think of every sentence like a sheet of paper, kind of just floating down, and it's coming down to rest on you, right? That's one sentence. And now here comes the next sentence. Okay, now, but so I'm just talking and talking and talking. And now all these sentences are just coming up, down and down and down. And you can only process so much. Okay? You can only process so much. And these sentences are spells. Either they're blessings or they're curses. There's nothing in between. I don't know why people think that you can just like float adrift and not do anything. Like you exist in the gray area forever. You know, you're either a man or you're a woman. You know, there's nothing in between. That's not how God created it. It's not. So, with that being said, ambition, see, I got sidetracked again. I'm a little hungry, but that's fine. Oh yeah, words. Okay, words. So the word spirit, it means breath. Okay, God said in the beginning was the word, and the word was with him. And the word was God, right? In the beginning was the word. Okay, so that is not poetry. That's not something to make you feel good. That's not, ooh, this is a cool saying in this book. No, everything that is produced started off as a word. In the beginning was the word. That's telling you principle. In the beginning was the word. Every creation, everything produced first started as a word. Okay, is this making sense? Okay, all of everything that you produce, okay, starts off first as words. So the relationships between you and your husband, or you and your wife, or you and your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your children, it starts off with a word. First, in the beginning was the word. In the beginning was the word. So let me take this, okay? The word spirit, it means breath. And spirituality means the art of breathing. So your breathing has a pattern. And that means spirit has pattern. So the word that I am saying, okay, the word that I am saying, your brain detects patterns. And, the breath that is coming out of my mouth, your brain is detecting that pattern, and your brain is calling that language. Hello, YouTube. Cliff. I see you over there. Okay, so the pattern of your breath means the pattern of your spirit, because remember, the word spirit means breath. And when you detect this pattern, something else miraculous happens. You are detecting the spirit coming out of my mouth as language. Okay, you are like, something else happens. You become hypnotized to a degree. It's hypnotic. Now, I might sound like Kermit the Frog. That's kind of how I feel like I sound. Okay, but even if Beyonce was talking, you become hypnotized. If she sings, you become hypnotized. You have to stop and listen. Okay, listening is a form or is an indication that hypnosis is taking place. Makes sense? When you are listening, that is an indication that hypnosis is taking place. that is an indication that spirits are also transferring. Am I talking too fast? Okay, remember, spirit means breath. Spirit means breath. So this is an indication that when you are listening, that you are being hypnotized and spirits are transferring. This is why I say do not vent. Okay, don't let people vent to you. If you know you don't have the spiritual tools in spiritual warfare, don't let people throw their demons on you by venting. Oh, I just want to get this off of my chest. Oh, I'm so sad. Well, are you angry? If you're angry, why would you take on somebody else's sadness? That don't make sense. If you're depressed, why would you take on somebody else's anger? Oh, do you know what they did to me? He cursed me out and while I was driving. You may have just gotten off of work. No, I can't handle that right now. Just like the layers of paper just coming down, okay? So when people are venting, those layers of paper get thicker. Okay? They're no longer paper. They become bricks. Pow, pow, pow. They're heavier. They're no longer pieces of paper. The spells get more intense. This is exactly what happens in spirit. Okay? So when you say stuff like, I am an ambitious man. Number one, any man says, I am an ambitious man. I'm very ambitious. You can always bet your bottom dollar that he has no goals in life. He's useless. He's useless at leading. It's true. Same goal for women who say that foolish stuff. I am an ambitious woman. I guarantee you, any woman that says that, I am an ambitious woman, and she's a mother. You ask her, do your kids come first? She'll say, yeah. Follow the leader. I learned when I was in elementary school, the first person in line is the leader. But your kids cop that. Stop saying that. But remember, just because your kids come after you does not mean that you are neglecting them. People extreme. They always go to the extreme. Oh, if my kids aren't first, I'm going to be a bad mom. You're not going to be a bad mom at all. I promise you. So, with that being said, instead of ambition, so ambition is in the flavor of busyness. Okay, so what does busyness look like in real life? Busyness looks like me standing on the beach, and I am I'm trying to sweep the sand all by myself. I have a broom and I have a dustpan, and it's just me out there, and I'm trying to clean up the beach, I'm out there for hours, and then hours turns to days turn to months, and I'm like, man, I'm getting nowhere. But people who are getting in the water and enjoy, what ends up happening is they walk past me, they see me, and they're like, wow, you are definitely doing something here. Wow, you are for real doing something. Hey, Charlie, I see you. You're so ambitious. You're so busy. Wow, how do you do that? But I'm here to tell you, okay? I'm here to tell you, that all motion is not good. Just because you have motion doesn't mean you're moving. I keep saying that. Just because you have motion does not mean you're moving, okay? Busyness is like the toy horse that's going nowhere. You're basically doing hobbies. You're doing a hobby. And yes, people get paid for doing hobbies. We just call them jobs as adults. Did you know that nowhere in the Bible does it ever tell you to be a good employee? And your managers are not your masters. For the Bible thumpers, the CEOs of the business that you're working for, they're not your masters. They're not. So, ambition is in the business of busyness. And, but now we need to switch it over to being productive. And I'm here to tell you the sensation that you are about to feel in your chest. Demons screaming to stop what I am about to say. And what I'm about to say is something so very simple, you might think it's not going to work. And your brain is going to understand that what I'm saying is extremely valuable. Your brain is going to know that what I'm about is extremely important and extremely useful. But the demons on the inside of you are going to present an image in your mind, not your brain, in your mind that I already know this. You want to know what it is? Do you want to know what it is? Well, you need to be productive. But how? You need to learn how to use your calendar. You need to live by your calendar. Live by that thing. And I mean that for real. You need to utilize a cell phone. Or if you are a person that needs to hold something, go to like an office store or Walmart and buy a notepad, like a calendar book, okay? Or if that's too much, buy a calendar that you can post on the wall behind you, all right? But you need 2 calendars. And I understand how you're feeling right now. You think that this is so stupid. Why am I saying this? I'm telling you, your brain knows that this is very valuable information. But this is what I call spiritual warfare. That feeling in your chest that you're getting right now, that you think that that I don't need to be talking about this. That's a demon. That's a demon fighting you right there. If you know that what I am saying is good for you and you are fighting it, that is a demon against you, fighting against you. That's called spiritual warfare. Okay? Literally, that's what spiritual warfare is. Most of our spiritual warfare happens in our minds, and this is exactly why I have designed the mini course on mastering your imagination. You need to master your imagination. If you don't master your imagination, demons will. Demons most definitely will. 100% will. They'll always be here like flies on poop. I can't curse because I'm on TikTok. Get some water. But yes, that's exactly why I designed that mini course, so that you guys can master your imagination. You need to master your imagination. And your imagination is not child's play. It's not fantasy land. It's not fake. It's not an illusion. Actually, your illusions are controlled by your imagination, which then is. Okay. So today, get your calendar out and start using it. Okay. You need 2 calendars. Two. Okay. Two. You need 2 calendars. 2 calendars. One calendar is your life calendar. Use it. You use that life calendar. Don't think that you're better than this, man. Trust me, you have to fight those demons on the inside. They're fighting you right now. I know they are. So when you're ready for me to go on to the next type of calendar that you need, put "I'm ready" in the comment section. But the life calendar, on this calendar, you need to have your medical appointments, your dates, your vacations, your your bowling things, family time, your gym time. All of that goes on your life calendar. Okay? Your life calendar. Okay. I don't know what "yes, queen" means, but you're gone, baby. All right. So, the next calendar, okay, the very next calendar you need is called your productivity. Okay, this is your productive calendar, your productivity calendar. And in this calendar, this is where you set time to schedule meetings, do research. 30 minutes on how to look or how to create thumbnails for YouTube. Okay, whatever, or to like 30 minutes of lead generation. Okay, so you have your life calendar and you have your productivity calendar. Okay, your productivity calendar does not come first. Your life comes first. Okay, your life comes first. Your life comes first. Plan your life first. Okay, everybody listen. Plan your life first. You plan your life first. So the thing here is, people who are in their 9-to-5 job, they are forced to plan their productivity first and then plan their life around it. Not me. I don't plan. So, thank you for your purchase. Okay. So anyway, if you have your own business, yes, you are 100% commission. That's true. You earn every single dollar that comes into your household. But the thing here is, you set your schedule. If you are working for somebody else, they set your schedule. Okay? But not only that, something else very unique happens when you have your own business. You begin to work from a different pot of money. Okay? You buy things from a different pot of money. When people who are working or have jobs, like a 9-to-5 job, they work from the pot of money called life. This is why it's so painful when you are paying for things, because you're paying for it with your literal life. Why? Because you exist on the wealth structure. Okay. What? Sorry. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the love, everybody. Charlie, I see you. Okay. So you are existing on the wealth structure at the very bottom. Okay. There's 4 levels of wealth. Okay. There's 4 levels of wealth. And at the very bottom, this is your effort. Okay, this is the lowest type of wealth creation that you could ever do. And most people are there. This is where your 9 to 5 jobs are. And I'm not going to go into all the different wealth structure things, but it's your time. Okay, it's glued with your time and your effort or muscles. Okay, your time and your muscles. You only have so much time in a day, and you only are so strong. Yeah, you can go to the gym and get stronger, but even then you're only so strong. Okay, you ain't stronger than me though. I'm just joking. I'm joking. You probably are not. But the thing here is, when you are paying for things in your 9 to 5 job, it's painful. It hurts. It really hurts. This is why like people are so like frugal, because they think they're paying with their lives. Okay, you're paying with your lives because you've traded your wealth for your time. All right. So when you are in business, okay, when you are in business, something unique, very unique happens. You begin to enter your creativity. You enter the pot of money from creativity. This is where abundance comes from. Okay, so if I wanted to buy a Ferrari, which I don't, okay, if I wanted to buy a Ferrari, I would create another mini course, or I would create more books. I would, create like a VIP experience to Alaska or to Hawaii, right? Where everybody pays me $20,000 for a week mastermind in person with me, right? So all you got to do if you have your own business is create something and then kind of figure out a way that you could make it a product. Post it online for people to buy it, and then you wake up with money in the bank. Trust me, it feels so much better to know that you are waking up with money that people bought your stuff, and it's not just like stuff that is like iffy. It's not like stuff like scammy stuff. You have to always provide value. Of course, you always have to provide value. Does this make sense? So you can't be ambitious doing that. You have to be productive. You have to be productive and also be in your purpose. Remember, ambition is not ever does not really have a purpose in God's kingdom. Thus, if you are ambitious, you don't have purpose. You're serving somebody else's human purpose and not the purpose that God gave you. You're supposed to be a king of your thing and a queen of your scene. Isn't that right? I like that saying. Your life could be so much better if you just learn to manage your mouth. I promise you. The Bible doesn't say an idle mind is a devil's workshop, but it does say idle hands are the devil's workshop and idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. Meaning, can you control what you say? Not just, I want to curse somebody out, so, but I didn't. I controlled myself. No. When a homeless person asks you for money, let's say it's a single mom, 3 kids, and you know that the mom is on drugs. Let's just say, silly example, okay? You know that the mom's on drugs. You pull your car over and you give the mom some money because you feel bad. Your emotions, right? They're dangling you by your emotional puppet strings. That's what ends up happening. And what just happened, because you gave them money, you oftentimes Like that is idle hands. You didn't think about giving them money. You were forced into giving them money. Okay? And I chose the words purpose. I can't say that word. Purposefully. Okay? Say that 3 times fast, huh? Hey, April on YouTube. Okay? So giving is not in the purpose of provision. Okay? Giving is not in the purpose of provision. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay? And all praises go to God. But what do I mean by that? Giving is not in the purpose of provision. Well, the word give, it means yielding to pressure. Yield to pressure. So when that homeless man is, or homeless person is asking you for money and crying and, looks really ashy and is not doing well, obviously they're not doing well, and you didn't know because you didn't care to ask. You didn't care to have a real conversation. What ended up happening is you just felt bad and you were in a rush. So you reached into your purse and you gave this woman some money, $20, 20 pounds, right? 20 yen, whatever, and they OD'd. They went to the corner, got some drugs, and OD'd. I've seen it happen. Okay, I've seen it happen. Okay, emotions are not real. Emotions are not real. Emotions are not real. But you can feel them. I understand. I understand what you are saying on the inside. You think that emotions are real because you can feel them. Now, I want to just put you in a scenario. So give me your imagination for a moment. Okay. You're walking into a room, the lights are on. It's just you. So I can't mess with you. It's just you. Nobody else, just you. But the lights are on. You know that the lights should be off. So you turn off the lights. And I'm standing behind you. I say, "Excuse me. I want to know, can you please take a scoop out of that dark room, out of darkness? Take a scoop out of darkness. So and bring it here. Bring it here in the light so I can see it." Well, you can't do that, can you? Because darkness is not real. Darkness is not real. You cannot examine darkness. You can't darkness. You can't measure darkness because it's not real. There's no physical existence. You can't put it underneath a microscope. Never. You never will. As soon as you shine light on it, the realness is here. Light. Okay? But emotions are the same way. Emotions are the exact same way. When you are angry, sad, happy, they are not real. You cannot take a scoop out of sadness and examine it. You can't take a scoop out of sadness and say, this is what it is. It's like this. There's no physical existence to any of these things, meaning it's not real. Okay? And I mean that. It's not real. Reality. There's no reality thing called sadness. You can't tangibly impact sadness, happiness, none of that stuff. Is this making sense to you guys? Let me know in the comment section. Is this making sense? All right. So with that being said, if you gave the money to the homeless woman and because of your emotions, even though they are not real, they have an impact on your life. Emotions are, emotions, number one, they get you to rush. They always want you to rush into something. Enjoyment is not an emotion. It's not an emotion. Enjoyment is intuition. That's just the truth. And feeling and emotion are different things. You need to understand, like, for your discernment, things are not the same. Like, things have to be called different things because they are different parts of existence. Okay? Yes, there are many trees. Okay, there are many trees, but there are apple trees and there are oak trees. Okay? Feelings, okay? Feeling is not emotions. Why? Like, I'm feeling through my eyes. Why? I can see that there's colors behind me. I'm feeling through my ears. I can hear my my voice. I can hear my music that I have going on. Okay, feeling like I can feel the water, or like if I'm eating something, like feeling is how you receive. Okay, feeling is like the reception stuff. And hello everybody on TikTok.